You know that feeling when your company's processes just feel like a tangled mess of systems that don't talk to each other? Well, today, we're going to break down how you can transform all that operational chaos into something clear, streamlined, and actually valuable. So, let's dive right in.
All right, so first things first, we've got to really understand the problem we're trying to solve. For so many organizations, the day-to-day reality is just this maze of fragmentation. It's so tough to see how everything really connects, right?
Yeah, I'm betting this image feels pretty familiar to a lot of you. This right here represents that world of siloed teams, of disconnected systems, a place where problems can just hide in plain sight. You know the feeling, you're never quite sure what one little change over here might completely break something downstream. And that creates this constant, draining state of inefficiency.
And this operational chaos, it has some really clear symptoms. You've got inconsistent rules and governance popping up all over the place. You stumble upon these hidden dependencies where one team's work secretly and critically relies on another's. And what does it all lead to? Well, it means you're stuck in reactive mode, constantly firefighting instead of actually getting ahead and solving problems proactively.
So the goal, the light at the end of the tunnel really, is to make this exact transition. It's about moving from that chaotic state of hidden risks to a clear, visible system where every single digital asset is understood and accounted for. And that, my friends, is where a structured approach becomes absolutely essential.
So how do we get there? Well, the solution is a framework called the Digital Value Management System, or DVMS for short. Seriously, think of it as the roadmap, the GPS that's going to guide you right out of that operational maze.
And here it is, the whole thing in one view. This is the entire life cycle. It's a really clear journey that takes an organization from that state of fragmented chaos we talked about, moves it through a structured process of alignment and validation, and ultimately, this is the important part, delivers real, tangible business value.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. That looks a little complex, right? But honestly, it really boils down to just 3 core logical phases that all build on each other. So let's take a closer look and break it down.
So the whole journey is broken into 3 simple stages. Think of it like this. First, you plan and map everything out. Then, you build it and make sure it works. And finally, you look at the results and make it even better. Plan, build, optimize. Let's dig into each one. Phase 1 is all about strategy. It's about laying a rock-solid foundation. This is where you define what success even looks like, where you map out every single one of those digital dependencies and you establish clear rules and roles for everyone. It's basically the architectural blueprint for your entire transformation.
Okay, so in phase 2, we execute on that blueprint. This is the hands-on part, the integration work. But the key here, and I can't stress this enough, is the focus on continuous validation. You are constantly measuring, constantly testing to make 100% sure that everything is working exactly as you designed it.
And finally, we hit phase 3. This is where all that hard work pays off and the real-time value becomes visible. You're delivering these super clear dashboards to the people who actually need them. And these insights, well, they aren't just for show. They drive a really powerful cycle of continuous optimization.
So, you've done all the work, you've gone through the phases. The big question is, what does this actually get you? Let's talk about the tangible outcomes, the so what, the why behind this whole entire process.
I mean, the transformation is pretty profound. Think about it. You shift from constantly putting out fires to actually making improvements based on real data. You go from dreading those long, painful, manual audits to this new reality of being audit-ready by design. It's a total game changer.
Okay, let's talk about the first major benefit, an improved risk profile. In today's super complex digital world, having proactive control over your operational risks, well, it's not just important, it's absolutely critical.
And it makes sense, right? Because you've already mapped out all those dependencies and you've validated your controls. You're not guessing anymore. You know where the vulnerabilities are, which means you can manage them proactively. And that, of course, significantly lowers your overall risk.
All right, next up, greater operational speed. We're talking about agility. And look, in today's market, being able to move quickly and adapt on the fly isn't just a nice to have. It's a massive, massive competitive advantage.
It's simple, really. When you have that crystal clear visibility into how all your systems are connected, you just eliminate all the guesswork. This gets rid of those hidden bottlenecks, and it gives your teams the confidence they need to act quickly, which just boosts your operational speed across the board.
And the third major payoff, oh man, your compliance and finance teams are going to absolutely love this one. We're talking about superior audit efficiency. Think about it. By automating how you collect evidence and just having a clear, validated system in place, the pain of audits, it practically disappears. You are always ready. And that saves an absolutely incredible amount of time, money, and let's be honest, a whole lot of stress.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. What's the big takeaway from this entire framework? What's the one thing you should remember?
The most crucial point is this. DVMS isn't just another process to follow. It's a fundamental shift in how you operate. It's really about turning that tangled, unpredictable system into a well-oiled machine that consistently and predictably delivers real value.
And that leaves us with one final question, something for you to think about. When you look at your own organization, at your own team, what's the very first knot you need to untangle? What's that one hidden dependency or that one inconsistent process that you can start with to begin your own journey toward real digital value?